In our previous classes, while teaching tenses, first I taught you the theories. Now, I will give you the story. Now we have to learn past tense. Before learning past tense, I will tell you a story. Now we are learning application first and then deriving theories later on. And most of you might have known this story, well-known story, and it is, I think, especially CBSE students might have known this story. This story is about a very arrogant, proudful king who felt that he was one of the most handsome kings in the world. Every time the king was looking his reflection, either in the mirror or in water, anywhere else. So he completely neglected his duties as a king. So one day he went into the forest to hunt animals. On the way he felt very exhausted and felt like drinking some water. When he went towards the river, he found his reflection. To his surprise, he found horns on his head. Then he was thinking, how handsome I used to be. What happened to me now? How ugly I am looking now with these horns. So actually, God gave him punishment in that way. So then he came back during night time without being noticed by anybody. He shut himself in his room, and then he thought, anyway, I put my crown, nobody could see. Once a barber came to cut his hair, and then he had to remove the crown. When he removed the crown, the barber see horns on his head. Then the king said, if you tell about this secret to anybody, I will break your head or I will hang you. He said, Maharaj, I don't tell it to anybody. But he could not control his laughter. He came out and his stomach was swelling with that truth, with that secret. So he looked everywhere and he found a tree. Nobody was there, and he told that secret to the tree. After a few days, a woodcutter went there and cut the wood, and he sold it to somebody. And that one was made into a beautiful musical instrument, and it was sold to a musician. And then a musician, when he was playing that, it was telling the secret. What was the secret? King has horns, barber told me. So he started singing the song. Then king was very much annoyed, and he thought barber might have told this secret to somebody, to this musician, he thought. So barber was called for, and he asked barber, why did you do so? I told you not to tell this secret to anybody. Then why did you tell this secret to this musician? And then musician said, no, he did not tell me any secret. Even barber said, I did not tell musician the secret, but I told a tree, thinking that tree would not do anything. Then he thought God might have given him punishment in that way. So, and he repented for his negligence towards his kingdom and the people as a king. So he renounced the kingdom and went into the forest. Then again, those gods who gave him horns came to him and said, at least now you repented, you realized your mistake. We will remove your horns now. You used to be earlier. Then those horns were removed, and he came back and started ruling the people very well. This is the story. Based on that, we have to see where we used past tense, how it was used. Okay, Now let us observe the tense form used in the story. Once there lived a proudful king. He considered himself as the most handsome king. He neglected his duties as a king. God wanted to teach him a lesson. The king got horns on his head. He closed them with his crown. In the first sentence, what was the verb used? Once there lived a proudful king. Lived is the verb. Which tense form was used? Simple past. Lived is the past form of live. Once there lived a proudful king. He considered himself as the most handsome king. In the second sentence, considered is the past form of consider. Simple past. Third one, He neglected his duties as a king. Neglected is the past form of neglect. God wanted to teach him a lesson. Wanted is the past form of want. The king got horns on his head. Got is the past form of get. He closed them with his crown. Closed is the past form of close. So the entire narration was in simple past. Now look at this second paragraph. A barber came to cut his hair. Came. Came is the past form of come. The king warned him not to disclose the secret or he would be hanged. See here in the second sentence, warned is the past form of warn. Not to disclose. Sometimes here infinitives are also used. Don't get confused. To disclose is infinitive. To cut his hair, infinitive. Now come to third line. Or he would be hanged. Here would be is the past form of will be. He told the secret to a tree. Told is the past form of tell. A woodcutter sold the wood which was turned to be a musical instrument. A woodcutter sold. Sold is the past form of sell. Which was turned to be. So actually if it is simple present tense, which is turned to be, that is, it is actually in passive voice. So here we have to use passive voice, but it should be past tense. So which was turned to be a musical instrument. It revealed the secret to all. Revealed is the past form of reveal. The king repented for neglecting the kingdom. So repented is the past form of repent. The gods who gave him horns. Gave is the past form of give. Forgave him. Forgave is the past form of forgive. And removed them. So removed is the past form of remove. In this way, thus the whole narration was in past form. Everywhere you find only simple past. Now let us know the structure of past tense. Now let us observe the structure. See, actually in the whole narration everything was in simple past tense, right? Now what is the structure of simple past? Subject plus past form of verb, it is also called V2, plus object. Now let us see the example given here. I wrote a letter last night. Forget about last night. I is the word, the letter I is said to be subject. Wrote is the past form of write. A letter is object. So the sentence is in simple past and it is statement. If you want to make it interrogative, how will you change it? I told you, no, when there is no auxiliary verb, we have to introduce do forms. As the sentence is in simple past, we have to introduce the word did. I wrote a letter last night. Did you write a letter? Here, did you write a letter last night or did you write a letter? Here, did you, after did you have to use the word write only. You should not write did you wrote a letter is wrong. Once you used already the past form, did is the past form of do. So we need not use another past form of write. So did you write a letter? So the answer might be yes, I wrote a letter. Now did you post that letter? He asked. Again he asked the question. No, I did not post the letter. Come to negative form. In negative form also we have to introduce the word did, and since we use the past form of do, that is did, we need not write posted again. There won't be two past forms. Remember that. In correction of sentences also they give such sentences. No, I did not post it. This is the negative form. This is the way how you have to frame sentences, questions and statements, whether they are positive or negative. We have to frame the sentences in this way. You have to keep all these things in mind while describing any event or any story which happened in the past. Same is applicable to past continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense. So while narrating anything, you have to keep all these things in mind when you are narrating everything in past tense. Okay, see you again. He thought